finna get your ass the game, man. You know I break it down. Come on, man, you know it's Bain. Yo, all right. About time you came over. I was just waiting, wondering what's happening. Anyway, now that you're here, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna talk about stop losses, all right? I'm gonna tell you how to move your stop loss, right? I'm gonna tell you, how to make sure that you don't move it too far, you don't move it too close, right? You put it just right. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give you some rules to go by to know how to move your stop loss and lock in profits and start trading like a pro. You feel me? So without further ado, let's hop right into it. All right, boom. So up next, Tanya, locking in profit. All right, break that down for me. I know what it is, but tell me what's your thing? Like what were you noticing with locking in profits?
I guess my issue is when we go into profits, I'm not sure how far to move it. I don't want to move it too close to where it is and get stopped out before, and then it keeps on running. And then I don't want to move it too low, and then it goes down, and then I'm still out. So I'm just trying to get kind of a little rule in my head. Okay, what should I look to in order to put my stop loss to lock in the profit? So.
I got you. Take a look at this in the Discord. Did you look at this video already? I have to ask. Hold on. Let me. It's loading up. Right here. Did you look at this? All right. So I'm gonna link you to this one. Well, it's in the Discord. I'm popping it in here for everybody. You guys can just view it right from the Google meeting. But let me. Well, yeah, just go, it's right there under video recording snippets, right? So under the day trades, right, for the free members, it's right there. And when you look at this, I literally, talk about exactly what I do in order to not move my stop loss too far in the profit. And I'm gonna tell you right now, I just still want to point you to that video to let you know that it's there. But here, let's go with gold, okay? So gold, perfect example. Right, I'm going replay mode, and right here we got in the goal about right there, roughly in this area, and I told everybody to buy. So now, right, I bought. Let me put this right here. All right, that's that little green line. I'm gonna blow it up. All right, there it is. All right, so that little yellow. Let's go and say entry. All right, boom, there it is. Now, I'm in the trade, right? Right now, I'm in the trade. You can't see it, but I'm in the trade, and I expect price to go up. So now, I go down to a lower time frame, and quite frankly, I end up going down to the minute time frame. Okay, price hasn't necessarily gone in my favor yet. So I'm not really going to the minute time frame just yet. So let me just move it. All right, look, it went down. Look, oh my God. Just completely nasty rejection, and just taking out people who had to stop here and who potentially had to stop right there. Right? Just it's a dirty game, guys. Dirty game, because then what do? Now they wick out people up here and pull it down and then still end up closing out. Just anyway, all right. So now I'm in profit. Okay, now this is my entry, and now the candle is above it. I'm in profit. So now, I'm looking at this higher time frame right now, and I know that this is a 1 hour chart. So this one candle represents 1 hour's worth of data, right? So even though on the chart right now we only see one candle, on the lower time frames we'll see more than one. So we go to 30. We already know 2 30 minutes equal an hour, right? So we're gonna see two candles. Boom, there they are. 1 2. They make up what we saw in the 1 hour. All right. So now we got, these two candles. Well, if we break that down into 15 minutes, we know we're going to have 4 candles, right? So then boom, 1 2 3 4. Those 4 candles are still telling me what I saw in the hour time frame. Okay. Now you got it. You guessed it, right? We can keep breaking it down, and there's more candles, more candles, more candles. So now I'm really just sitting on the 1 minute time frame, and I'm resetting the chart. All right. So here's my entry. You guys can see big yellow line, right? And I'm up right now. So I'm up about $8 on gold. Okay, just an $8 move so far on gold. But guess what? If I had a stop loss right? If I had this right here as my stop loss, guess what? Now I can move my stop loss and bring it into profit, and I put it right there. And I put it there because price has given me a V shape. And I know, again, from experience, that once it kind of makes that V shape on its way up, it tends to not come right back down here, or like, reverse all the way back down from here, right? Once that's made, it usually continues going in the direction of where everyone want it to go, right? So now I've locked in profit. This is a risk-free trade for me, and I'm up. So now that's the first part, like coming down to the minute and seeing if there's a V shape that was there from where price is. Like, I can see that I'm up with price. Was there a V shape created on the minute time frame? Yes or no? If there's a no, don't move your stop loss yet. Or you can just, instead of moving it way to where you're looking for a V shape, you just move it right there above where you entered the trade. So no matter what happens, guys, you didn't lose any money. You could have made a penny. You still made more than you had, and you didn't lose a dime, right? You ain't even lose a penny. I do this so much, guys, because again, I can, right? Number one. And then number two, it lets me live to fight another day. Rest in peace to Pops, right? It lets me live to fight another battle, right? It'll come and stomp me out. Maybe it wanted to do a stop hunt, and now I see some more bulls come in, and then I buy it again. And then now I got it even better. I got an even tighter stop loss. And then I'm making now it really makes the move. So it's just like, guys, we find ways to win because we understand what's going on, right? But anyways, here it is, right? So there, it made the V, right? So if it didn't, just make it a break, put it back to your entry price, make it a break even trade. But if it made the V, then you put your stop loss above the V. Now we're going to let it play out, and you're going to see, I'm just looking for more Vs. All right, play. Boom, I see a V right here. It made that V. Boom. Take my stop loss, put it right below that V. I don't put it to where it's like touching. You understand me? I would just put it like right below it, just like that. So now I went from locking in, a 20 pip move on gold to now I've locked in a 60 pip move on gold. So you with me so far?
Yes.
All right. And now I'm gonna keep letting it play out. What am I looking for? Tell you, what am I looking for?
A V.
Okay. Here we go. Boom. What happened?
You got stopped out.
Exactly. But did I lose the trade?
Nope.
You see me? You see what I'm saying? But you see why I didn't want to place my stop loss right below the V? Because look how it got there. Like it played around a little bit, and then it just went below it just a little bit. And now let's see what it does. Oh no! Look. So okay, just doing this thing. Look, just complete playing around. Boom. Right here, right? So I got stomped out, right? So price, I had my stop loss here right below the V. It did all of that. It broke. It broke the below that V, and it ended up taking me out, right? So let's see how long this was from when it took me out to where price broke above, right? Above that little bit of, resistance level. It's very tiny, but it's still there, right? And then we got that massive bullish engulfing candle. It took 2 hours, right? It took 2 hours for that whole little manipulation thing that they were doing, right? Where price is really kind of going sideways. 2 hours later, I get right back in. So now, long position tool, right here, right at the top of where that bull candle at, put my stop loss right below that V, aim for at least a 1 or 2. Okay, boom, leave it at that, right? Let's play it.
Yeah, you could be in out back right there, wouldn't you?
Of course, bro.
Yeah.
But I just want to see, like, what it's going to do. All right, so it's kind of back to where I entered. But now look at this. Stretch that out. Look at how close I got to my stop loss. And then what would I have been looking for to move my stop loss, Andrea? Tanya? What would I have been looking for?
A V.
There you go. So do you see any V's? I got in right here. Do you see any V's from this point?
The small ones.
Okay, but where? Where do you see them?
Let me see. Around the 20.00 time frame.
Say it again. The where?
I'm looking at the time at the bottom, and it's
Okay.
20.00.
All right, right here.
20.30.
Yep. So you see V shapes here.
Mm-hmm.
20.00. But here's the V shape. Here's that V that I'm looking for from where I got in. Remember,
Okay, the first one. Okay.
you with me? So
Yeah.
I got in right here, right at that green dividend division or whatever, where it splits the green and the red. I got in right there. Price went up. I was in profit. Came all the way against me, right? I was down a little bit, and then it created this V shape. That was that first little V shape that it created, but I was in the negative. So why would I move my stop loss? You know what I mean? I could, because if I was way down here on my stop loss, I can move my stop loss right here. Because now I'm here's my stop loss right here. So I'm mitigating my risk by still placing my stop loss a little tighter. But then now price does what I wanted to do, shoots off in my favor, comes here, creates this little V shape right here. So I would have seen that, and I would have had my stop loss not right there, but I would have had it right there, right?
Okay.
I would have gave it some breathing room. And look, it came back to try to hit my stop loss. It didn't do it. And then it went up some more, and look, another V shape right there. So then I move it right there, right? And again, I never put it right on it, right? I try to give it some kind of little space or breathing room, right? And then that's it. So now, instead of me not, moving my stop loss, whatsoever, to where price eventually looks like it's going to, stomp me out, right? I'm back in the negative, even though I've been up this whole time, right? You know what I'm saying? And again, that's another little worse feeling when you guys know that you're up and you were up big, and then you turn around and come and check the chart, and then you're down big. You're like, wait, what?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's because you're not, you get into the trade, and yes, there's times where you can set it and forget it, right? Like if you know you got a tight stop loss of 10, 15, 25 pips, let it hit it sometimes, right? You know what I'm saying? Like you shouldn't be losing like your life savings in those kind of scenarios. But if you got like a 50 to 60 to 70 pip stop loss, okay, you want to monitor that trade, right? You want to see if you're at least in profit within the first hour, so that you can either make it a break-even trade or lock in a small amount of pips, right? That way you're not worrying anymore, right? Now it can really do whatever it wants to do. You go and live your life, right? I'm just, I be trying to tell you guys, we have to do that, because that's the name of the game, right? It's risk management. It's managing your losses. And the best way of doing that is locking in profits when you're up, whether you're doing it by break even or locking in a few pips, right? It's by doing that. So now, I got in here and I ended up moving my stop loss here at one point, and now I saw that V again, and then I ended up moving my stop loss here. So guess what? It almost hit my take profit. So I could have even closed it out. Like once I saw it got here, and then I saw this big red bullish engulfing candle right next to it, I could have closed out right here, right? There's never, again, I'm always saying, guys, let it play out. But I'm saying let it play out so that you can build confidence, right? If you haven't gotten your confidence yet. But once you get to the point where you now have confidence, you don't necessarily have to let it play out, right? You can close it when you want to, right? You can put in new positions when you want to, right? You know what I'm saying? You can move your stop loss when you want to, and all of that is still in your control, right? But you're past the stage of not having confidence. So now that you have the confidence, it works out even better when we're talking risk management or just managing your trade. You can know, okay, I got another opportunity to get in here. Let me put another lot size. Boom. Let me double up. All right. Oh, you know what? It's starting to, it broke that little trend line that I had on there. Let me go ahead and get out of this, and let me see if I can get into another opportunity when it comes around. Right. It becomes one of those things. All right. But from where I moved my stop loss, it did ended up getting hit. Right. But how much money did I make from here all the way up to right there where it hit my stop loss? That's a $2. Is that a $2 move? Yeah, that's a $2 move in 3 hours. All right. So I went from my entry at 1660 to really about 1663. Right. And that's a 20 pip move or 30 pip move on gold. All right. Micro lot, that's $2 to $3. Right. On a mini lot, that is uh $20 to $30, and on a standard lot, that's $200 to $300. So guys, and that took 3 hours. Right. Gold will get you paid, but the thing that'll really get you paid is understanding, market structure, price action, all of those good things. And then obviously, once you actually get in, right, to Ariel's, to Tanya's point, we want to know when to move our stop loss, right? So we make these, our goal is to make it a risk-free trade as soon as possible. And then obviously, if we're up big, right, price just happens to move quickly, and we're up big, come on down to the minute time frame, find that V shape, and put your stop loss just a little bit behind it. So now this is no longer a break-even trade. This is a trade where you actually locked in profits. You with me? And guys, when you start doing this, you're just gonna be like, damn, I keep eating, because the V shapes just keep getting made as price keep going up, and you just keep moving it. And you be like, oh man, this is taking candy from a baby. And then as you see that it's getting close to your stop loss, your take profit, you take your take profit off, right? Ariel did this last week, right? She took a take profit off on, I want to say it was one of the dollar-based pair, non-dollar-based pairs. She took, I think it was a GU. She took her take profit off right on time, and then the GU tanked some more, and she made even more money. Guys, I'm gonna give it to y'all. Just follow me, all right? Ride with me. This thing is gonna be super lovely once you guys, have that light bulb come on, and it will be in no time. You just gotta keep at it, all right? But Tanya, are you covered?
Yes, thank you.
No worries. You're definitely welcome. Want to get money? Want to get paid? That's Forex. Like a sensei, then you know you got to come and swing my way. And if you want to fast forward, hit replay.